47th lesson.
An Englishman and a Frenchman are discussing their respective countries.
"Of course," says the Englishman. "You Frenchmen are not gentlemen."
"And why not?" replies his friend, slightly annoyed.
"Well, for example, if you enter a bathroom by mistake and you see a young lady washing, what do you say?"
We say, "Excuse me, madam."
"Exactly," says the Englishman. But a gentleman says, "Excuse me, sir."
A gentleman is a person capable of two things.
He can describe a pretty girl without using gestures.
And he always hears a funny story for the first time.
Two English gentlemen are eating a meal in their club.
They taste the soup with great interest, and one says to the other,
"It's an interesting soup, but not a great soup."
"48th lesson.
How far is it to the station?
"Oh, not too far. It takes about 10 minutes on foot and only 2 by car. Shall I call you a taxi?"
No, thanks. I'll walk. I have plenty of time.
A sociologist is studying the average height of the English.
"Do you know," he says to his girlfriend, "only one Englishman in 920 is 6 feet tall."
"Yes," says the girl, "but it's always him that sits in front of me in the cinema."
A businessman is writing to a competitor who is very dishonest.
As my secretary is a lady, she cannot tell you what I think of you. And as I am a gentleman, I cannot even think it. But as you are neither one nor the other, I hope you understand.
Forty-ninth lesson. Revision and notes. No recording for this lesson. Fiftieth lesson. The past tense.
"We worked hard yesterday, and today we must look at something new."
You looked at the lesson and listened to the records or tapes, so now you are ready to learn the past tense.
It is very simple. You add ed to the infinitive if it ends in a consonant, and simply d to the infinitive ending in e.
For example, to look. I looked. To work. He worked.
To like. They liked. To smile. We smiled.
There are, of course, some irregular verbs, but they aren't too complicated.
Let's look at our old friends to be and to have.
To have is extremely simple. It becomes had. You had. He had.
To be has two forms. I was, he was, and you were, they were.
You see how simple it is.
We had dinner at 8 o'clock. John and Peter were there.
I had a cold last week, and I was quite ill.
We hoped to see her, but she was busy.
51st lesson. More past tenses.
Was he at home yesterday?
I think so, but I didn't phone.
He called yesterday, but he didn't see me.
Did he phone?
I don't think so.
These are the interrogative and negative forms in the past.
You do not change the verb. You simply put the auxiliary do into the past, did.
I did not, didn't like the food. He did not, didn't phone. We did not, didn't like him.
Questions are easy too. Did he like it? Did she phone?
Did you like the play last night?
I didn't see it.
But did you go to the theatre?
Yes, but I was so tired I closed my eyes.
Tell me, was the play interesting?
I didn't understand very much. It was in Greek.
Then why did you go?
I liked the main actor.
Did he act well?
I didn't watch the acting. I looked at him.
What did you do after the play?
I dreamed about the actor.
He did not. He didn't. He didn't like the play.
Did they phone you?
'52nd lesson.
Here are a few more examples of regular verbs in the present, in the past, and with the past participle.
I hope. I hoped. I have hoped. He lives. He lived. He has lived. We finish. We finished. We have finished.
They talk. They talked. They have talked. She changes. She changed. She has changed. You play. You played. You have played.
Let's practice the past of do.
Does he smoke? Did he smoke? We don't ask questions. We didn't ask questions.
What do you do? What did you do?
Does he wait? Did he wait? She doesn't answer. She didn't answer.
Can and will are irregular and become could and would in the past. They have no past participle.
I can begin now. I couldn't begin yesterday.
He wouldn't work this morning, but he will now.
I have. I've. I had.
I am. I'm. We are. We're. I was. We were. I have been.
'53rd lesson. Difficult to please.
A man is trying to entertain his guest in a club.
Would you like a scotch?
No, thank you. I tried it once and didn't like it. I never tried it again.
Well, have some beer.
No, thank you. I tried some once and didn't like it. I never drank it again.
How about a game of billiards?
No, thank you. I played it once and didn't like it. I never tried it again.
Well, a game of chess?
Again, no, thank you. I played it once and didn't like it. But here is my son. He's an excellent player.
Your only son, I presume?
What did you do in America?
We rented a car and visited the West Coast.
Did you see the Grand Canyon?
No, we didn't have time.
'54th lesson.
Tell me more about your trip.
Well, Peter and I took a plane to San Francisco. We stayed there for 2 days and went down to Monterey. There we saw Cannery Row.
Didn't someone write a book about that?
Yes, John Steinbeck wrote one. They also held a pop festival there in the 60s. Then we drove to Los Angeles and visited Disneyland. Peter knew it already. I thought Disneyland was fantastic. It reminded me of the conciergerie in Paris.
What an educated person.
It was my birthday last week.
How old were you?
Oh, at least 32.
The 10 best years of a woman's life are those between 29 and 30.
Your bill isn't paid yet.
Didn't you receive my cheque?
No, I didn't.
I'll post it at once.
'55th lesson.
When I was in America, I took some very good photos.
Hello, how are you?
I'm tired. I only came back from my trip yesterday. That was my wife's car you saw me with.
We heard about his trip and the things he did. It was very interesting.
How about a glass of beer?
No thanks, I'm not thirsty.
Did you see him yesterday?
No, I didn't.
He didn't pay his bill because he didn't have any money.
Who was that lady I saw you with last night?
That wasn't a lady. That was my wife.
We thought he had understood.
What did you do on your first day at school?
I learned to write.
Already? Well, what did you write?
I don't know. I can't read.
'56th lesson. Revision and notes. No recording for this lesson.